What if I told you that the globalization of what we call Afrobeats today started in the United Kingdom? What if I told you the foundation for that global movement was laid many, many years, even before the music, by some Nigerians casually gathering at the street corner in London during the world-famous Notting Hill Carnival? My name is Ayo Shonaiya, and this is my story and a podumentary of Afrobeats with the S. The Nigerian corner at the Notting Hill Carnival started in 1986, and I remember it so clearly because I had just arrived in London. I was 17 and a half. And they said, oh, every August, last Sunday and Monday of August, there's this carnival that everybody's dancing in the streets. There's going to be a lot of girls, so we thought, let's go. But, where is it? Notting Hill. So we looked on the map, like Notting Hill Gates. And a friend of mine said, don't go to Notting Hill Gate, because if you go to Notting Hill Gate, you have to walk all the way back to where the action is. He said the best place to get off on the underground is Ladbroke Grove itself. So we got off Ladbroke Grove, which is an overground station. So when we got down right under the bridge, you either look left or right. We looked left, and then the next street was Cambridge Gardens. So we kind of just hung out there. We saw a couple of Nigerians around, but you know how you recognize Nigerians. You can see a Niger guy and just say hi. And
on my very first trip, I went to the Carnival. I went to the Carnival, I looked at it, oh wow, look at this, this is so beautiful, so lovely. Where are the Nigerians? I was expecting to see Nigerians to be there.
And that was 86.
Yes, that was 1986. I just said, while we're all standing here, we could easily do something that we all will enjoy. We had the Jamaicans, obviously, we had quite a whole lot of Jamaican food stalls and all of that. But it was there and then that I made up my mind that I'm coming back to this carnival with something Nigerian that would bind us together.
So the following year, 1987, we all went to the carnival again, and this time we just went to Ladbroke Grove, Cambridge Gardens, and this time there were more Nigerians around. And then we saw across from Cambridge Gardens on the other side of Ladbroke Grove, there was a Nigerian guy that was selling jollof rice and suya, and he had a sign that says Obalende Suya. It wasn't at that corner of that Cambridge. It was on Ladbroke Grove, but yes. It was close to that, yes. That T-junction.
I love what you're bringing up. It was in front of that supermarket, if you remember.
Yes. True.
Then the focus started growing. The Cambridge Gardens, the Nigerians' corner, was outside of the jurisdiction of the Carnival Arts Committee. The Carnival was on Ladbroke Grove and to that end.
Yes.
Nothing was happening on all the streets or to this side.
That was the first time I saw Obalende Suya. We crossed the road to buy some food, and we walked back to Cambridge Gardens to have something to eat, and everything was good. We were watching the procession. So over the years, since that 87, we've been seeing Obalende Suya there. He had moved from Ladbroke Grove, on the other side of Ladbroke Grove, to Cambridge Gardens, and right there at the corner. And then he had a bigger sign, Obalende Suya. So pretty much throughout the rest of the 80s into the 90s, that's where all the Nigerians would gather.
Believe you me, within 5 years of doing the carnival, we became the biggest caterer at the carnival.
And we started calling it the Obalende Suya stand or the Obalende Suya site or whatever it is. There's little music, there's food, and there's Nigerians, and everything was cool. I started filming my life in 1992. I took my camera to the Nigerian corner at the Notting Hill Carnival for the first time in 1996. And that 1996 was so special because on the way, we used to be able to drive to the Nigerian corner back then. And on the way, I had my first interaction with King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal. In fact, it's so funny because the very first interaction I had with him was literally pointing him in the right direction.
Yes, wow! Stay down, you need. Buy any. Friend, Ladbroke Grove nìyẹn.
We saw some Ayo people on Harrow Road, and we're thinking, this is like really cool, our people from Nigeria and everything. And then the next thing was I started hearing music from a float. And it sounded like Wasiu. I was like, Wasiu and me. And as we turned a little bit, we moved forward a little bit, I looked across. And I could see Wasiu Ayinde on the float, and I was just... So that 1996 was also the first time a Nigerian artist was on a float, or got a float at the Notting Hill Carnival, and that was Wasiu Ayinde. So by the time Wasiu's float got to Cambridge Gardens, the corner of Cambridge Gardens and Labro Grove, and he saw the Nigerians, he had to stop. And you can't really stop. You can slow down, but you can't really stop. Wasiu stopped for like maybe 5 to 7 minutes. In fact, they had to be telling him to keep moving and keep moving, but he thought he could just park the float there and just be performing to the Nigerians, because it was actually, I was recording, first of all, I was recording the crowd, and then I saw the float. So I was cutting through the crowd to get like a good recording. I got a little bit of him, sharp. And then they had to tell him to keep moving so that you can just be going. Don't just stop there. So I didn't know that in about 3 years, in 1999, I would become his manager, and the musicians that were on the float will become like, I will be managing the musicians and even go on tour with them. In 1999, I consciously started filming for broadcast in Nigeria.
This has become a very, very popular part of the Carnival. Yeah. Not even just because of just Nigerian section, but it has become part of the Carnival, and it's ever present every year.
When we started this place, we called it the Nigerian Corner, and we played basically just Nigerian music, year in, year out, every time.
Like, we would film, and then we'll send it to Bisi Olatilo's show, we'll send it to, we just send it to anybody that wants to show it in Nigeria, so that they can be seeing that, we're doing stuff in London. And then he had his nephew or his cousin, DJ Adi, set up like a little DJ, had a little DJ setup and some speakers, so the music was a bit louder, playing hip-hop and then playing Fela as well.
In the early days, we were not allowed to play the music. We were not given a sound system license. It's only Fela I'm going to play. And years until when you guys now came on board.
Greetings from Carnival, from Papa Ken.
We're having fun here, it's great.
My name is Mr. G. Shinene.
We would like to have it in Paris. This kind of festival is very nice.
Yamaro Sinte. I am Ijo Tribe.
Ijo myself, I want to say hello to daddy and mommy in Nigeria. I'm really enjoying myself.
And at that time, we could actually even play on into the night, like till about 10 o'clock or sometimes 10:30 before they even start asking us to leave.
Going out to everybody. Thanks for going out to Akon, rapping Nigerians in the place.
entire Ben TV crew. We have Primetime Jams from Lagos. D1, Ayo Shonaiya, is here representing, and you'll be listening to him soon. All the boys, all the girls. Ayo Shonaiya, go. Volume.
2003, we had already started working at Ben TV, doing programs from April up until August. We decided to do a Notting Hill Carnival Nigerian Corner special.
Notting Hill 2003 is where we at, and one of the young men who's made it possible, and you know what, you're battling this year joint. From Ben TV, one of the young men that's behind the scenes, you've always heard us talking about him on Primetime Jams. Producer, actor, director, you name it, screenwriter. This young man is a jack of all trades and master of each and every one of them.
Master of both.
Ayo Shonaiya. Ayo, what's up, man?
Well, I'm just chilling now, just like you now. I'm happy that you're wearing my shirt, you know, R70.
I'm happy to be part of the crew, man.
What we're doing, first of all, is to attract the young people, because through the youth, you can get everybody that's young at heart. So that's what we're doing. And now we've attracted not only the young people, but the old people as well. People who are young at heart, that's why they're here today at the Carnival. Yeah. So the focus of them is to entertain and edutain. You know, basically what we're doing is like, I mean, thanks to Kenny's music as well, you know, big up to Kenny's music. You get all these videos. A lot of people don't know what Tequila looks like.
Looks like, exactly.
A lot of people don't know who he is. Idris, Slam, and also all the people, Pastor Ike, you know, these are all the people that are getting prominence now.
Just listen to the music in the background.
Exactly.
I mean, 5 years ago, you wouldn't hear something like this.
Exactly. We don't playing Fela.
Exactly. But now
5 years ago, we were playing Fela, but now we're playing Tequila, we're playing Slam, we're playing Labaja, we're playing Mike Karemu, we're playing everybody. And you know, so you know, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to introduce people here. We let them know what's going on back home. Yeah. At the same time, people back home, let them know what's going on here. That's what you guys are doing.
Thank you.
So it's all cross programming. Right now, my company is set up in Atlanta, you know, and then we're going to start doing stuff from Atlanta as well. Represent Nigerians in USA. You understand? So we're going to be everything's going to be global within the space of 1 year.
One, down, free, down, peace and unity. Now we get this one to they do things there. Remember, this is Nigeria's Opalende Suya special party 2003. If they told me you'd be listening to Fuji, Manero, Fuji is real, Niger hip hop. So keep on listening.
We thank you very much for making it. This is our 16th year here. Without your support, we wouldn't have been here.
A lot of people come to the Carnival because it's a free show. They get to hear Nigerian music, they get to eat Obalende Suya, eat jollof rice. But this time, we packaged it like a show where we had a performer, and that was supposed to be Solek. In fact, D1 came from Nigeria to cover the Nigerian corner for Primetime Jams.
I've got Kush talking about Lara, TY, and MM. What can I tell you about these three young ladies? From humble beginnings at Unilag, all the way to Notting Hill 2003, and European tour now?
Solek was going to perform. I don't know if anybody else was going to perform, but we had Solek.
Solek crew, are you ready? Production crew, are you ready?
But the funny thing about when Solek was supposed to perform, I think they were still looking for one wire to plug in somewhere and do a sound check. But I noticed that the group Kush, TY, Lara, and MM were in the crowd. And I was speaking to them because I had met them already in Nigeria. I was speaking to them and everything. So I said, do you want to perform? They were still thinking about it. In fact, I mentioned it to Abbas. I said, Abiki, I want Kush come perform. I just mentioned it, and I was speaking to Benga Shokefun, who was their manager. I could hear on the speaker, let's live together. Like the song actually just started playing. By virtue of Solek still looking for one plug-in or to do their sound check, but the mic was working, Kush became the first Nigerian act to perform at the Nigerian corner at the Notting Hill Carnival. It was such a befitting song as well, because the song they had at that time was "Let's Live Together." It's a song about the many tribes in Nigeria. It's a feel-good kind of song. Let's live together. And there's Yoruba, there's Igbo, and then there's Hausa in the song, and they're performing it to Nigerians, and everything just worked out. And then, of course, we started doing the interviews in the crowd, where we do a shout out to Nigeria.
We're live at the Notting Hill Carnival.
D1 was doing the shout out with Primetime. We were doing our own, shout out to Nigeria for people who are watching it at home in London.
Intro representing for the UK, representing for Nigeria, representing for Lagos, representing for Oshodi, representing for Shogunle, representing for Alaji Ajani Street. Yeah!
It was just a nice, everything just kind of like clicked in that 2003.
Anybody wants? Check. That's the biggest song in Africa. Gaul Premier, I beg, I'm not gonna play that song for them. I beg. Thank you, Daddy.
And then by 2004, we had perfected the plan. We had comedians, we had an MC, we had Julius Agu.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
We had Julius Agu, we had Wale Gates, we had Rita Dominic. In fact, we had people from different media outlets, apart from Kenny and D1, and come to the carnival to come and cover the carnival, and it became a thing where a lot of people were watching it in Nigeria, either on Primetime Jams or Music Africa when we send it to Joke Jaye Simi. Like, it had become a thing by that 2004. Like, Julius Agu was just funny as hell.
All of them come watch on the who can be there? Who be there? No, no, be there. Understand for that to be there. Una be man.
And then the DJs will start playing Awilo. They will start playing, some Congolese music, some Ghanaian music. But mainly we stayed with, the emerging Afro hip-hop scene in Nigeria that has been going on since like 99. So we'll be playing a lot of Tony Tetwila. We'll be playing Jasmine Olofin. Now, 2004, because we had a show that we were doing in October, we had already done the Nigerian independence in 2003. The Nigerian independence for 2004, we used the carnival in August to promote the show in October. And one of our headliners for 2004 was JJC and the whole 419 crew, including D'banj and Don Jazzy, and another artist who's Jamaican called Stylo G.
Yeah, you don't know, I just come with the Jamaican flavor, and fling it in and they like it, I'm meant to be over that side, but I'm jamming with the Nigerians today.
Because we're all black, aren't we? We're black and proud. Okay, Queen, you're the latest member of the 419 squad. Oh, you're the latest member
of Backbone Music.
Backbone Music.
Yeah, 419 squad is under Backbone Music. I'm one of the artists under it, solo artist, Queen, and D'banj as well is one of the solo artists under Backbone Music.
And it's so funny because at that time I had already started speaking to D'banj between that 2003 and 2004, that he told me that he was coming with them, JJC and 419, to the carnival. He said he was going to do a couple of songs. And I said, yeah, I would, I'll focus on you more, because I was handling the camera as well. The performance of JJC and his entire crew at the Nigerian corner in 2004 gave us a preview of the new sound taking shape by a young new producer and a future superstar.
What am I to do when you look at me telling me that you love me? What am I to do when you look at me telling me that you need me? Do I look like a move? You get something for us. Anytime they get in the house. Anytime they get in the house.
So we've made enough noise with the Nigerian corner at the Nottingham Carnival in Nigeria and in the UK over the years that we were due for some sponsorship. In 2005, a telecommunications company, MTN, decided to do like a little soft sponsorship. And what we've been doing for years for fun, me, DJ Abbas, Obalende Suya, the DJs, when the money came was when, as we say it in Yoruba, we started looking at each other's eyes. 2005 was great. In fact, we always have a color for our t-shirts every year. In 2003, we had the white t-shirts. In 2004, we had all black. In 2005, even before we knew that MTN was going to do a little bit of a soft sponsorship, we had already decided that we're going to do yellow. We had TA as the guest MC.
Unfortunately, I came in here Monday, but I don't know how to speak Nigerian English again. So I'm just gonna say Shewapa, Shewadada, and lastly, I'd like to say Iya all of you. Iya all of you.
We had a raffle draw for MTN. We are interacting with the crowd.
I'm going to pick somebody randomly, and she's wearing green. The lady in green, that's the Nigerian color. Now, green, when you were come. Please put your hands together for this lovely lady. What's your name? Talk like a Nigerian girl. What's your name?
We had a raffle draw, we had prize where we'll be giving people cards, to send to people in Nigeria. They can, recharge cards and stuff like that.
Big up, big up. How can both of you be shy to talk? What's up, Nigeria? Nigerians, all Nigerians, raise your hands in the air. And the way we like a don't just care. Say people, say people, say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say hey. Say Nigeria. Say Nigeria.
Like today, they've been on and off.
Okay.
I know like the other years,
Okay.
but today is like they just play for a couple of minutes and the next thing is off. And that's no fun. So music lovers like me, we just want to keep hearing the music. This is a
carnival. Keep dancing.
This is a carnival. Music should keep going on all time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, well I can assure you I'm going to speak to them now and the music is going to continue, okay? Thank you very much.
Yeah, yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir. Yes sir.
It has been a wicked day. It's probably the best one I've ever been to.
God bless you, Nigeria. Okay, and also, in the month of December, if you are going to Nigeria in the month of December, before you go, you will hear about the All Nigeria Reunion. In the month of December, every Nigerian that lives abroad who's going to be in Lagos or Nigeria, we are having a big bash.
So between 2005 and 2006, the whole, I mean, we've been to Nigeria back and forth with, you know, having meetings with MTN and, you know, but by the time, I think it was about maybe 2 months or even like a month to the Carnival was when everything kind of like just went crazy between us and Obalende Suya. And it was quite unfortunate because, I mean, 2006 happened, we were not the host, we were not the music people, like they brought people from Nigeria, and it was just, I really don't like talking about 2006 because it really makes me sad that because of money, we had started fighting amongst each other, and it was just, you know, it was just a sad thing all around.
Ground, as you can see, we're still at the Carnival ground. My name is Julius the Genius Agua, and standing beside me is Okey Bakassi.
Well, the original bad boy there is so all massive and group on Nigerian side. What they here? What they here? You know run things still. Okay, man. How long?
Well,
we there? We just a flesh job for here. They say that nothing they happen Carnival.
It's nothing.
We consign on that on a fashion for here. We must say that nothing here. Who say that nothing they happen Carnival? I would. I don't know nothing they happen.
Are you sure?
Yes. It was crazy.
How are you?
I'm fine. It's fun to be here.
Is it your first time at the Carnival as well?
First time at the Carnival. Right? It's exciting, fun. We see people from way back from home here who have refused to come back home. Well, it's really nice. But I would like to see the Nigerian stand next year improved upon. What I'm seeing here, it's okay, but could be better.
So something happened in 2006. That was when we realized that Cambridge Gardens from Ladbroke Grove onwards was actually an emergency route. In case something happens, you know, the ambulance and the police could get through. But in that 2006, because there were so many people at that corner that year, there was an emergency. In fact, they had to kill the music so that the police can announce that everybody should move so that the emergency truck can go past. And I think that's when they noticed that there was no license for the Nigerian corner on Cambridge Gardens to the other side of Ladbroke Grove. So for 2007, they just shut it down. In 2009, the Nigerian corner came back at the new site on Adela Street. The license was GI Roadshow, and the consortium, along with R70 and DJ Abbas, was Sodium Solutions and Reeve Entertainment. We did 2009, which was basically just getting people to know that there's a new site, Adela Street, for the Nigerian corner. You know, we didn't have any guests, but we had DJ Jimmy Jat. But 2010, we had Nice. So the first time Nice performed at the Carnival, it was at the height of Gongwaso, street credibility, photocopy, and just like how the crowd used to grow every year at Cambridge Gardens, we anticipated it was going to grow into 2010. So we moved the stage right to the end. And rightly so, because, you know, everybody turned up. 2009, 2010, and 2011. In fact, 2011, we had LD, Banky W, DJ Jimmy Jat.
I hear this Notting Hill Carnival this year. Say the thing go enter. Wah!
Also, I see
like bomb.
I see the hot. Go see Moscow.
Oh Lord, what is?
Iṣẹ́ ló ń ṣe Malaysia. Tutu mu London. Run Nigeria. I see the hot.
Ja. Hey, it's a level. Hey, Revenue, you know, I never see you before. I just about the guy, but see the guy.
Oh, really?
So tell me, I don't ready for this and not any kind of matter. All of them don't prepare.
So all the ginger, everything don't do down, man.
Reminisce
in the building. Muna is going with us. Ashina Peters and it's going to be live.
Live.
Oh my King.
Yeah. Oh my King Yogi.
Oh my King Yogi.
Nigerian corner, Nottingham Carnival this year. Now wow. Adeola Ko Andela.
In 2012, I was offered the license for the Adela Street site, but I brought on another consortium, which included NAF, God bless his soul, and also Kayode Peters, KP, God bless his soul as well. Rest in peace, guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's your voice for WCZ1.
And since that 2012 to the present day, that's where we've been at Adela Street. In fact, 2012, 2013. Let me tell you something about the Nigerian corner. Nigerian corner at the Nottingham Carnival is where we break new artists, like UK artists first, because that will give them the platform to perform on stage, you know, to Nigerian crowd. It's like a ready-made crowd. So if you really want to test your talents, you want to showcase your talent in front of a crowd. I mean, they're not hostile, but you know, you can get on stage and perform. We've had, of course, we've had the bands, Don Jazzy, we've had other people come up, and then all the new up-and-coming artists and emerging artists in UK, whether they're Afrobeats, soul, dancehall, or whatever it is, will dedicate a certain amount of time to showcase new and upcoming artists, and we've been doing that ever since.
Listen to the biggest song in Nigeria. Do you want to listen to the biggest song in Nigeria?
Not only artists, hype men as well. People like Adeshokwe, Shopsy Do started doing the hype, you know, their hype thing. DJ Momelo.
Let's go.
In 2016 was the first time we changed the name because of the sponsors, which was Lagos State. So we changed the name to Lagos Corner. So we had Lagos Corner in 2016 and 2017. 2016, we had Majek Fashek perform at the Nigerian Corner, which was very special for me because I'm a big Majek fan. In fact, my daughter is named Rain because of the song Send Down the Rain. So for me to be on the same stage with him, even though I knew him before, but for him performing at my event at the Carnival, it was very special. 2018, 2019. Because of the pandemic in 2020, we didn't have the Notting Hill Carnival at all. So this is not even just Nigerian Corner. We didn't have the Carnival at all. And we didn't have it in 2020 and 2021. And 2022, because of the sponsors, which was Boomplay, we experimented again by changing the name to the Afrobeats Corner.
Ninja Corner! Hey! We're at the Afrobeat Corner! I DJ play me some Burna Boy, you know!
Afrobeats Corner! Woo! Afrobeats Corner 2022. I want to make a shout out to all my friends in Nigeria. Yay!
Hey, what up? This is Floater Gray, all the way from South Africa. I'm performing here today at the Boomplay Afrobeats Corner, Notting Hill Carnival 2022. What's good?
My name is Florence, and I'm 48 years old, if you don't know that. What? 41? 48. I'm here with my family, my husband, and my 3 children.
It's going down. We got the red cup. Pure Savage is just like rocking the place. Her presence alone is just kicking it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, they can't stop us. This is the Afrobeats Corner. Used to be called the Nigerian Corner. You know how we get down? Oh my God!
pretty good. I'm pretty excited. This is one of the best bank holidays I've ever had, you know?
Seeing the black people unite. It's also my birthday weekend. Alright, so it's lovely to be here.
Do you listen to Afrobeats?
Yeah, I do.
So who is your favorite Afrobeat artist?
That's a good question. At the minute, I'm feeling Burna Boy.
Old school, P-Square.
Old school.
Whiskey! Machala! All the way! Along!
Just like the template laid down by Obalende Suya back in the 1980s, the corner has always been predominantly about Nigerian food, Nigerian music, and Nigerian pride.
Well, the Lagos corner is where it happens at the Carnival. It's a Nigerian story. It's about Ayo Shonaiya, DJ Abbas. This is where it happens. It has been like that for years and decades.
Same as every year. It's the best vibe. Yes. My first time playing here as well.
First time playing.
I loved it. Yeah,
what was the flavor like?
Nigeria's Lagos.
2024, it keeps getting bigger and bigger. It keeps getting bigger and bigger, and we've been doing this since 1986. Not at this side, but at the other side. Cambridge Gardens. From 1986 till now. Some people, when we started, they were not even born. And now, we got D. James, who's actually the first foreign. Abbas, D. James is the first foreign.
No, not
DJ.
foreign.
He's the first white. I didn't want to say white. I didn't want to say white.
So let me say it again. The gathering of Nigerians on the streets of London was the foundation laid down even before the development of the new music genre that the globalization of the Afrobeats movement was built on. Nigerian corner has become like a staple. It's almost like some people they don't see themselves all year, but they will see themselves at the Nigerian corner at the Notting Hill Carnival, and you know it has become, until date now, it has become the longest running, largest gathering of Nigerians in the UK till now.
You know, we addressed the elephant in the room. Of course, people were reaching out to us, reaching out to you, sponsorship, they wanted to monetize it.
Yes.
And it had become so big.
Yes.
And I think that's what caused that friction between us, which I regret till today. And we have to speak about it. We're all older now, we've passed it. It was unfortunate for it to end like that. And this is a chance for me to say to you, acknowledge Siwa, and I want to say to you on camera right now that I am sorry for how we behaved on behalf of my own team.
Sorry, that's all right, Ayo. On the same vein, you guys had always been there for Obalende Suya. If there's anything I wanted on television, I'd seen Abbas even, somewhere. I think there was still that bad blood and all of that. And I know that, that little thing that happened at that time was too minute to the greater things we had done before.